It's a Friday night on the Killer Carl podcast, and I've got to activate
Saturday night, Carl.
Saturday night. Sorry.
Saturday Night Live. It's Saturday night.
It's Saturday Night Live on the Killer Carl podcast, and here we go. Enjoy a little music, and we'll be back on the other side.
Shackles that bind us from the darkest ground, broken and blinded, with nothing to lose. Stand up and push back, locked in. We just fast in the air, can you feel the hate? We refuse to be your side. This curse is forever haunted. Why can't you leave it be? We just fast in the air, can you feel the hate? We refuse to be your side. This curse is forever haunted. Why can't you leave it be? Faceless again, with nothing left to lose. Will you take a stand? Or will you become the cursed? Put to the internet, show them your remorse. Territory and bloody, this is our final stand. Stand up and push back. Locked in. Right. We just fast in the air, can you feel the hate? We refuse to be your side. This curse is forever haunted. Why can't you leave it be? We just fast in the air, can you feel the hate? We refuse to be your side. This curse is forever haunted. Why can't you leave it be? Faceless again, with nothing left to lose. Will you take a stand? Or will you become the cursed? Raise your fist down your worst. Forever break this curse. Raise your fist down your worst. Forever break this curse.
All right, here we are. It's Saturday night. Skillet corrected me. Saturday night here on the Killer Carl podcast. We got the normal crew. We've got Tim Skillet, Empty Pockets Garage, James Empty Pockets podcast here on Rumble, on YouTube, Empty Pockets Garage, and the one and only Beyond Detox,
Beyond
Jacob.
Botox.
Yeah, Beyond Botox. Man, I cannot speak today. I got to be honest. This week had beat my ass. I don't know what the hell it was. It's just getting up early and all that shit. I got all kinds of crazy work. I've got this freaking contract I got to sit and figure out and A lot of stuff going on. A lot of good stuff, though. It's a good problem to have, so I'm not going to bitch about it too much. But a lot of big things happening here. A lot of big things happening around the world.
Yeah.
We've got Iran retaliating. They're now sending suicide drones to blow up the airports in Dubai, Bahrain, Qatar. I think was attacked. Their airport was attacked. So it's reported by the Israelis that the supreme leader is dead. Right? Everybody heard that?
Yep.
Has it been confirmed? They said it was confirmed.
So the suicide drones, you know, do the suicide drones, do the guys flying them, do they like wear a suicide like thing, you know, and goes, you know, like a kamikaze or whatever?
I don't think there's anybody in them. Maybe the person that's actually flying it remote is wearing the helmet with the goggles like they used to in the old days. He's got the scarf with a fan blowing on it, so it's like waving in the back like he's like Snoopy.
Don't dishonor the Japanese like that. You can't compare the two.
I heard Trump put a battle group right next to Denmark, and he wants to start negotiating for Greenland now. So I mean, hey, you know, something might be worthwhile, you know, to negotiate with them. Yeah,
well, we already have the lunatic Democrats out there.
Oh yeah,
that are already calling for a War Powers Act, and you know they want to drag Trump in front of the Congress and the Senate, and they want him to lay out a battle plan. All these things. Well, hopefully it's over. I think Trump said that we're going to keep things there for a little bit. We're probably going to continue to bomb and continue to take out their missile facilities, which I would have thought we would have taken them all out, but I guess they're mobile, so you don't always know where they are. I'm still iffy about this. Like I said earlier on James' podcast, you know, we're in it now, so I want to win it, right? We're in it to win it. We're engaged. I stand behind my president. I stand behind my troops. Do I wish we didn't go in? Absolutely. But we're there now. We're there.
Yep, we all got the phone call this afternoon after this morning show on James's show. So we all got called, and we're all for it now. I'm 100%.
Well, I got my White House talking points. I don't know about you. They're right here. Hold on.
Actors are a little iffy, so
Let me get them.
100% for it.
As I have them held in my formerly nicotine-stained fingers.
Thanks a lot, James. You're too popular.
Yeah.
Got to the White House.
Yeah, it
All right.
happened. I'm sorry.
President Trump had to do this. Iran is the biggest sponsor of terrorism in the region. They are sending all types of money to terrorist cells in the United States and around the world. They were just weeks away from getting a nuclear bomb.
Weeks.
How close were they?
Weeks. They were weeks.
Weeks. Yeah, that's my White House talking points.
There you
go. Yeah, you know what?
Everybody's happy.
There you go. Suck on that. No White House talking points here. No, we should have not went into Iran and bombed them at this time because we have just radicalized a whole bunch of new jihadists that are going to hate America, and they're going to mobilize, and they're probably heading to Mexico right now.
No, they're here.
They're here.
Oh, we've got them here, but I'm sure they're sending some reinforcements.
I suggest everybody start crafting a spike, a spike. You know what a spike is? A spike was used by the British Army It was a like a spear, but it had a long wooden pole with the sharpest frickin' knife attached to it, man, and it was deadly. It was so deadly. I think the Geneva Convention doesn't let anybody use it anymore. A
You
pike.
know what?
It was
I don't-
called a pike.
I don't need a spike. I got that
Pike.
beautiful AR-15 pistol right up above me with lots of ammo, and right behind me I have this beautiful shotgun. Right behind me with slugs, bird shots. I have all of my my 9mm, my 45. I have my 38. So I'm good to go. I'm ready.
I
I got a
gave all
pipe.
my weapons away.
Good.
Oh,
Mine-
they fell off the boat, right? When
mine
you
were
were
lost
fishing
in
with
the fire.
Skillet.
Yeah, but it was lost in a fire.
Yep, I gave them all away.
What do you think, Jacob? Make some
Actually,
sense.
I'm a little okay with it because I always think these are bigger counter moves. You're talking about stabilizing the area. If we have to go back into history, we have to remember that British Iran's where we got our British Petroleum from, BP, and you've got to look at hegemony that was in that area. I mean, I look at a lot of these counter moves, these moves and counter moves, is decoupling from the old globalist order in multiple factions. There's a Middle Eastern component to it. There's the whole Western Hemisphere. There's South America component. So I'm looking at kind of all these checks in the box, or these checking off these boxes where you have eternal conflict that is staged in order to promote one world globalism. Venezuela was a crucial point of that. Stirring the pot with Iran, because you've got Saudi Arabia, you've got the Sunnis who want to work with Trump, and even I would say to an extent work with Israel. And I'm not sure how much I can contribute without doing some like back information in history, but I just look at a lot of this. This is this current global order. They got their hands, their hooks in there. This is the leverage that they use in order to keep all the nations warring and then consolidating power, money, resources while breaking the nations. And I see this is just one of those cogs in the machine that's being broken.
Yeah. Somebody was commenting on my
Wow.
coral shirt.
Here we go. What about this? What about a direct hit to a Saudi Arabian oil field?
Damn.
What about a direct hit to a Saudi Arabian oil field, baby? What do you think that's going to do for fuel prices? What do you think that's going to do for
Is that
stabilizing?
today?
Yeah, that's today.
So
Wow.
I
Call
was
Big
gonna say,
Red.
too, what I was looking
Yeah,
at with
that's
this is
today.
Jeez.
Wow.
What I was going to say is it looks like Iran is going to try to throw the entire region into chaos, or whoever controls Iran, since that whole Ayatollah thing was set up, and I'm not sure if it was actually set up by Iranians, maybe a foreign
That's
power.
that's a flaming ball of fire if I ever saw one.
That's a big old
freaking
fireball.
ball of fire. Get the weenies out.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if it would have been a good move for Iran to piss Saudi Arabia off,
Yeah, man.
but
Hey,
Saudi Arabia will fly over Iran and start dumping gold on them, just, out of the sky.
Well, to be honest, I think they were just launching missiles willy nilly.
Yeah,
Because
look
if
at
you
it
think about it,
strategic.
there was a hotel hit in Dubai. The Palm something hotel was hit in Dubai. There was a couple of places hit in Qatar. Besides our military base, there was just some civilian places hit. So I think they're just launching these suicide drones, and it's almost like throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Hey, I'm just
Yeah.
hoping that the supreme leader is up in heaven with 40 virgins that are all furriers.
he didn't make it
Bunch
to
of
heaven.
dudes.
I don't think he's in heaven.
He didn't make it to
Good
heaven.
dude.
Yeah, I don't think the supreme leader's in heaven. I think he's
Bunch of
probably
dudes,
burning
furriers.
in hell right now.
Yeah.
But
Wanted to know-
He
wanted to
wasn't
know
a
if
fan
he
of
wanted to play
Jesus.
video game. Bunch of virgins.
you mean
But-
you mean Teen Gis?
He didn't get virgins. He got 72 sloppy hoes.
I watched the last episode of the Royal Gemstones last night.
You see the guy skiing?
I saw that. Yeah. Oh my god, dude. But the they need to make a. They need to take
a body double who was 72 years old from Chicago, and Steve Gergen. He kept saying, "Why'd you have to go all the way to Chicago to get a body double, dude?"
They need to make a spin-off of that show with Baby Billy. He needs his own show.
I like the I like the that unlimited truck, the 4-wheel drive truck, man. Give me one of those, man.
The monster
awesome.
truck.
Yeah, the monster truck was awesome. That was awesome.
Drive that through Saudi Arabia right now.
Oh, they got them. They got Lamborghini 4-wheel drives in Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just scrolling through the social media, man, the images coming out of the Middle East are nuts.
Yeah.
Like, it's on fire over there, dude. Like, it's like every 5 minutes you have the even right now, you have the sirens going off in Tel Aviv because they're not done. The supreme leader might be dead, but they're not rolling over, baby.
Yeah, I was going to say they just hit somewhere in Tel Aviv about a little over an hour ago.
You know, part of this I was looking at, to me, it's got similarities to Mexico. We take out the top. Now you have chaos all the way down. There's going to be some power struggles, but that's to be expected with operations like this.
Yeah, the other cartel members of Mexico know that could happen to them. So,
yeah. You know, there's one thing that Trump said earlier that I thought was really important. I was talking with my wife about this. Is how many decades have we wished for a politician, if we're going to go in and do something like this, to tell the nation, like in this case, Iran, you have an opportunity now. Take back control of your government. I don't think that we can minimize the fact that actually happened. We have a president that's saying that. I think that does speak pretty clearly to what the intentions are for doing this. I don't see us being wrapped into a longer term conflict. The Middle East is what it is. It's always going to be an unpeaceful region until Jesus comes back. That's the whole point. I mean, the whole book of Revelations is a huge escalation in the Middle East.
Yeah, but and we talked about that on James's podcast. Like when they would go to battle and the battle didn't go their way, they'd start killing their own soldiers.
You funded, all fresh and ready to give the supreme leader the axis of resistance he always craved. You've just 72 virgins. These 72 men are from the proxies you funded, all fresh and ready to give the supreme leader the axis of resistance he always craved.
Ooh, that's a big circle jerk.
Hey, Carl.
What's that?
Is it all right if I send Diana a link?
Yeah, go ahead. Send it, baby. Send it. The more the merrier. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. When I woke up this morning, it definitely completely, it changed my show, right? Because I was going to start out with the Clintons, and then we were going to go right into the Beyond Detox. Well, that didn't happen, right? So, which I think, that's the one thing I love about the live radio is you have the ability to cover stuff as it happens, right? Hey, Big Tony, what's up?
But I mean, Jacob, you do a great job. Your voice is good. You have good content. People are interested in what you're saying. You really are tight with that, and you could do that again all day. You could do that. That's easy.
I appreciate that coming from you.
Tyler actually wants me to get you on again in the next couple of weeks, just because everything that happened with covering Iran. Obviously, I had to cover it. Mm-hmm. It was just one of those things. I figured I'm not going to bump you, but you're knowledgeable enough. You can come on and you can. That's the one thing I love about you is Not only are
I
you,
got a lot of crap to say. I mean, we'll make good radio. We did make good radio today.
Yeah.
Lights and penises.
that's
It was great. That was very professional how you covered that. I still have on my red light. I
almost showed y'all last week, actually in my store. I don't know why they gave access to me for it, but we actually do have a $2,500 Gainswave. It's not a penis pump. It'll break up the plaque in your penile vasculature. You can actually buy that from us. I actually know a doc who does that procedure in his clinic. He's a friend of mine. But yeah, man, if you want to break up the plaque in your penis and make more blood vessels in your sack, go right ahead.
Well, I like the red light underwear. I think we have a thing there.
Oh yeah.
You know what? You can sell it to spas. You can sell it to spas.
You know, think about that.
Like a Russian wrestler's trunk, you know what I mean?
If we could only
right on your nutsack, we could say, look, you know, you have all these 5G radio waves circulating around your nutsack. We're going to detoxify them with this red light therapy.
Yeah.
While you're wearing the underwear, nobody will ever know.
Right. It might even attract the worms out of some other orifices to come out,
Oh.
you know, which would be awesome. So that'd be
You know what the scary thing is it might actually happen. Let's put some castor oil in there or a binder.
Yeah.
I've seen some
castor oil in your underwear just does not sound.
Sounds like a slippery good time.
It sounds like a mess. It sounds like at the end of the day, it's going to look like somebody smeared a Reese peanut butter cup in the back of your underwear.
No, it absorbs pretty well.
Just saying.
I guess it depends on how hairy you are.
Damn, those dogs are excited. Oh yeah. Right.
I don't even know. Well, it's a Friday night free for all, folks. So we're gonna go
Saturday.
Sorry. Listen, man, I am freaking completely fried. I'm not even gonna lie.
Here, I'll set it up for you here, buddy. Don't worry.
Saturday night free for all. So we're gonna go all over the place tonight. It's gonna be Iran. It's gonna be the Clintons.
Just Saturday.
There you go.
There you go.
You know what the great thing about tomorrow though is I don't have to do anything. I can just veg out. Tomorrow morning. I'm sleeping until 6 o'clock in the morning.
I'm gonna
and I'm gonna take my dogs for a walk with my wife. It's gonna be great, right? I don't have to worry about doing anything. That's why I love Sundays. And you should have a Sunday where you do nothing but spend it with your family. Right? Because as you can see, with the Supreme Leader, sometimes unfortunate things can just come out of nowhere.
Well, he was like 110, but I think they took out the person that was going to take his place, his son. They took him out too. Oh, he's
you know, the funny thing is, you would think there wouldn't be a long line of people right now that want to take his place.
Not now.
You would think that line would be pretty.
You want to come over? What? You're busy? You're on vacation? What? Where are you? Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's just when I toured.
We got the wood chipper.
When I toured the.
Is that what that is?
When I toured the Tower of London, and they gave you the history of the Tower of London, you didn't want to be a royal because they were the only ones that would get their heads chopped off in England. I mean, the guy would become king, and he'd start killing off all of his relatives. So there you go. Have at
Tucker
it.
Carlson slams Trump.
You know, knowing Israel, they are tracking all these people's cell phones. So anybody who steps up and say, "I'm next in line," oof. I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Yep,
exactly.
And now they know where they're at.
So the iconic Dubai hotel is on fire.
Whoops! That last steak was well done.
You know, Iran is really making enemies of some very rich people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, is this not looking good for them? Especially if those shots were just a Hail Mary. It's like, let's hope something sticks. I don't really see any strategic value of hitting Dubai unless you just want to piss them off.
No, and that's the thing. I mean, you got a Saudi Arabian oil field that's up in flames. You've got, like I said, the airports, Bahrain Airport, Dubai Airport, Qatar's airport. They've all been attacked by these suicide drones. So you're definitely not making.
I foresee spider holes. They're all going to be in spider holes, hiding. Hiding out. Because that's what Saddam Hussein did. Remember when he was going out of power, he just started blowing up all the oil fields around the world. Look how he ended up. Spider hole.
Yeah, I mean, and we drug him out.
And then publicly hung.
Imagine if we could do that in America.
I mean, that's the last leader we've seen hung in a long
Imagine if we could publicly hang politicians that ripped us off. I don't know.
It's not pretty. It isn't pretty.
I don't know. Like maybe politicians that maybe, I don't know, stole tax money from American citizens and had fake fraudulent wineries. I don't know.
There aren't enough trees.
Yeah.
Well, I'm starting to plant them then.
Well, Carl, you probably could put that under maybe, I don't know if I'd say an enemy combatant, but fraudulent. They don't have the protection. It was an American citizen because it was fraudulent and they're a national security risk and they may have funded terrorism. Under that, you could possibly get them on that. I usually think if you're going to get the death penalty, you need to be killing somebody, but you're right. You're talking about suffering on an incomparable scale. You're talking about millions of people that you could have indirectly killed. But I'm not opposed to it. I mean, that's just going back to the way that things were. You screwed around. Well, you're going to find out really quickly.
Just because it's not a direct action doesn't mean it's wrong. So it doesn't mean it's right. I'm sorry, but direct action is one thing, and indirect action is another. So when you look at the bigger picture, the indirect action is actually far larger than direct action.
Yep.
Just my 2 cents.
So I'm just worried about Rosie O'Donnell. I really am. She was in Ireland and she, her daughter was having some trouble. So
I don't think Iran bombed anywhere near.
No, she was torn and she came back to the United States and now this happened and the daughter got arrested and now Trump is going around the world bombing people, and I think she's back in a dark place again. If you ask me, I'm just worried about her.
Poor woman.
I am. Poor thing.
Aww,
she's going to go back to Ireland.
She'd just crawl in a bunker and just stay there.
Yeah.
How many people now have regretted their decision to move? The ones that actually went, because didn't Ellen DeGeneres quietly sneak back into America?
I guarantee you, the government contacted them and wanted a little bit of their money.
That's exactly what happened to Ellen.
Yeah.
Well, it's like she's not famous, but that woman that talked about she moved to Canada. Trump being elected.
The one.
Now how Canada is treating her so rough and bad and can't get nothing done.
They gave her a 6-month visa. She stayed for 6 months.
That's what most countries do.
That's
and then you're gone.
They all do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Try to stay in the Bahamas without a visa. Go ahead. Just go over to the Bahamas. Go ahead.
Can't do it.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know I don't understand the mindset of these people.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Well, and the thing is all of these people, I mean, that the lady that we're talking about that fled, remember she fled to Canada?
Yeah.
Somebody
was actually chasing her.
Yeah, she was whining because she was in Canada, but she couldn't work because she was just there on a temporary 6-month visa.
Right.
Oh, you mean you're finding out that you can't break into a country and just work illegally? Huh? Imagine that. Imagine that. All right, so this is, I believe, Qatar.
Fuck yeah.
Nobody's drinks in these countries, so they have closet wine parties. They do. They all have wine parties. It's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
Skillet, you
what-
bring up a good point.
That's one hell of a freaking.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's one
That's
hell
amazing.
of a freaking.
That's amazing.
Amazing. It's
It
all
is
mathematics.
light
Somebody had to
show.
figure that out with calculations. That's all math right there.
It is all math. How important it is to have a good math background,
Exactly.
and why a lot
All
of American students are fucking failing.
Right.
Hey,
Because we
I,
don't
I went to
emphasize.
Springfield City Public Schools, so
I just use AI. It solves everything.
I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna reach through there and smack your ass.
I
They
just
had to-
use
they had-
AI. I don't need to know anything. I just say, "Hey,
Hey
Erie."
Google. Hey Siri.
Yeah.
They
yeah, I know how to count money. That should be all
I
the
still-
numbers to me.
they
I
showed
do
that in,
calculations. I still have a slide rule. I love my slide rule.
Yeah,
I
they-
use it
they-
all the time.
they had an example of that in Desert Storm, where a guy was behind a wall with a mortar, and he would shoot one mortar out.
Mhm.
So everybody would wait around, and as soon as he shot the second mortar out, they would blow him up. And they were like, "How did they do that?" And the one guy just looked over and he goes, "Math with math." It's like,
Math.
it's math.
This man-
And we did that in World War II. See, in World War in the Second World War, we would have artillery surveillance, people that would be in the field. Artillery would shoot one shell over,
Mhm.
and then they would say, "Okay, move it to the right or left or deeper or bring it in a little bit."
Shallow. Mhm.
Okay, and then they would start the barrage. Well, that
Mhm.
gave the Germans enough time to hide, to get in their bunker, to get out of the way, to get the hell out of there. So they said forget it. They just did it by calculations, gave the coordinates, and then they barraged them all at one time.
Mhm.
The Germans said that wiped them out. It wiped
Mhm.
them out because they were
Mhm.
used to the one shot, and then they could all haul ass. But-
So we were doing shock and awe even during World War II.
We invented it in World War II.
So, how does this benefit us in America? Anybody want to take a stab at that?
I will. I'll take a stab at it right off the bat.
Go for it.
It benefits us in a couple of different ways. Number one, it solidifies the fact that America we're no longer pussies. And on the world stage, if you are weak, you are going to be dominated.
I think Venezuela showed that, but go ahead.
So that's number one. Number two, this action revealed a little bit more of the deep state. And when I say deep state, of course, we're talking about a lot of different things. But what was revealed today, in my opinion, was within less than 10 minutes prior to President Trump announcing that we had an action in Iran, the signs were already printed. And the protesters were already out on the streets. What do you think
Donald Trump could cure cancer,
Mhm.
and they would have signs printed
Mhm.
out there marching. It doesn't matter what he does. He
Well,
makes a bowel movement,
Mhm.
and they have signs printed saying he made an illegal bowel movement.
That happens to me.
Well,
to me, first of all, we didn't have to waste billions of dollars bombing Iran to help out Israel to prove that we are a no nonsense country, because we already did that in Venezuela, and we could do it in Mexico, which is right on our border, and which actually
Affects us.
is the most leading cause of American death. Fentanyl coming in through the Mexican drug cartel, facilitated by China, the real enemy. Right? So, to me, this was nothing more than us settling a score for Israel, being pressured into it. I don't even think Trump really wanted to do this, to be perfectly honest with you.
He tried.
I feel that's why he delayed so long, and he really tried to bring these people to the negotiating table. I think he wanted them to come to the negotiating table because I think he knows that this.
They're going to make a Gaza 2, is what you're saying?
It's not necessarily going to be a win situation.
No, this is going to be, again, like I said earlier on the radio show, on James' podcast, look at Syria. That vacuum in Syria is going to suck right up into Iran, just like it always does in the Middle East.
And Iran makes the second largest oil producer in the world, right?
Yes, and then it's going to be, unless we secure those, unless we secure those oil fields, and what does that mean? Boots on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, it's about money. So whoever's in control of Iran is about the money. Now
and
they're not in control anymore.
Yeah, and you can't say to the people, take back your government, but we're taking the oil fields. That's not going to fly.
No.
You know, because...
I mean, they need a truckload of people that's going to take over the country and take over the oil fields.
He has indicated that is something that he didn't necessarily want regime change, but he wanted to take control of the country. One thing I will point out is I do have a good friend who was an attaché, a very deep attaché in Egypt for a long, long time, and she still has contacts in the Middle East. And one thing we are neglecting to understand is that the Straits of Hormuz are the lifeblood of any oil transportation, in and out of the Middle East. So one of the things that Iran has indicated is that the Straits of Hormuz are on the table as a target. Now, who's to say that the Iranians don't have a small nuclear weapon that will make the Straits of Hormuz inoperable for generations? So
they would have done it.
Yep, I'm glad you said that, because that's where I was going to go.
So here's the point. It doesn't matter what control of oil fields you have. Whoever controls the Straits of Hormuz controls all of that. And right at the present time, Iran has made that definitive chess move that they have the ability to close the Straits of Hormuz. And that is something that my friend, who has lots of deep information, is the most concerned about.
Europe benefits most from the Straits of Hormuz. So why doesn't Europe get off their ass and actually patrol and protect it? Why does the United States have to be the world's policeman for something that we benefit very little from?
Yeah, they don't want a $40 trillion deficit in Europe.
The way I kind of look at Iran is, just go with me on this, is kind of how North Korea is a vassal state of China, and it's a wild card, always threatening nukes. I look at Iran in a way possibly a vassal state of the British Empire. I mean, you talk about being the second largest oil field. You remember you had BP that was established through there, and so they have been like a vassal state, furthering the interest of that British-backed financial system. Remember, too, that you had, I don't remember the guy's name, but it was in the 50s that you had, I forget who it was that came into power in Iran, and they nationalized the oil. And then you had, Operation Ajax with the CIA and MI6? I don't remember, but you had a color revolution to throw them out in the 70s and then install this crazy Ayatollah state. So when I say it's the Middle East, I'm always saying who are really the big players, because I think a lot of these nations have become nothing more than pawns of a vassal state of an empire. And who's controlling that empire? I mean, you could point it to Britain, but I really look at it as a private banking globalist system. And I look at this as one of those counter moves in order to take a wild card out of the Middle East, because, as you say, them just having a nuclear thing, or the ambiguous, do we have one, don't we have one, is going to create them having a unsettled hegemony in the Middle East where nothing can ever get done, because you've got a crazy nukes and you've got a financial system that all of these nations are held in chains to, that's constantly creating conflict. It's like drawing a fish with a hook in a mouth.
Yeah. And again, I played it this morning, and I played it on James' podcast, BB 2012, saying that Iran was 90% had enriched uranium 90%, almost on the verge of a nuclear bomb. They just need a couple of more months, and that's it. It's 2012. It's 30 years of Bibi coming to the United States and lying to the American people and the world about Iran having nukes. Now, Operation Midnight Hammer. What'd they say? 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 months, whatever it was, 2 months away from having a nuke. Here we find out they were 2 to 3 years away from having a nuke. So again, what was the rush? There was no rush. The rush was from the beginning, from Operation Midnight Hammer to what we have now. Bibi had one thing in mind, and it was regime change. And President Trump did come out and say, before the Ayatollah was dead, it was this morning, he wants regime change.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so in West Virginia, you had that technology valley that they enriched uranium to make the first nuclear bomb during World War II.
Correct.
Don't think that was the only place in the United States enriching uranium. All right. So same thing in Iran. That you think it was all in that mountain. There were other locations too.
Which furthers my point. When Iran made the threat about the Straits of Hormuz, it would not be beyond the pale, since the question or the point that you made, that there was not a singular site. The threat was made. Well, I don't think we think it was a threat. I think it was a promise that the Straits of Hormuz are on the table, that they have an ace up their sleeve, and that they are prepared to close the Straits of Hormuz in a.
Don't you remember a few months ago they tried it with the what was it, the Sunni rebels that they fund or whoever they are? They tried it.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to start firing on ships, and we took them out.
Yeah, I mean, I think we took out their ace in the hole this morning.
You think so?
I thought Operation Midnight Hammer took out their ace. What happened to that?
But I mean, you would already have a nuclear explosion right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Why wouldn't they? If they had
of course.
Of course,
they're giving a full-on fight to the last breath of this regime right now. That's exactly what you're seeing.
But can you play that Joe Biden thing I sent you today? Because this is Washington, D.C. This is the best that the Democrats had about 4 or 5 years ago. Okay, this is it. Mm-hmm. Trump walks in. He's some real estate developer, and he's freaking making moves.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what the Democrats have. You got to see this. This is crazy.
All right, let me send it to myself. You keep talking, Skillet.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. They've been negotiating with Iran for the last 12 years, and it's like they've never dealt with a guy like Trump. They had Obama, they had the Bushes, they had Obama, they had Joe Biden, they had Hillary. During that deposition, Hillary went nuts. She started screaming back and forth. Then she realized she was being recorded and she had to calm down. I think that's how she negotiates. I think she freaking loses it sometimes,
Well, she tries to overpower everybody, and that is basically her personality.
Right.
Is she doesn't lead by intelligence or tact. She leads by, I'm going to shout you the fuck down, and therefore you're just going to shut the fuck up.
Right.
You see, I look at Hillary and the Clintons as people that just aren't afraid. They still have power in D.C. And again, I can lay this out real easy because it's been bugging me all week. Yeah. We sit here, and again, they were for a year now, they've denied a congressional subpoena to testify for a year. They were voted in contempt by both parties, Democrats and Republicans. But yet they were able to negotiate the conditions of their depositions after they were held in contempt. Now, again, I'll pose this question again. Could Stephen K. Bannon do that and Peter Navarro? No, where'd they go? They went right to prison and they sat there for 4 years.
4 months.
Why do the Clintons get to come back
4 months
and negotiate 4 months, sorry, and negotiate Why do they get to come back and negotiate?
Skillet is Friday.
It's Saturday.
We'll give you some slack.
Go ahead.
Why do they get to come back and negotiate a sweetheart deal where all of their conditions are met and at the taxpayers' expense, we have to fly congressional members or transport them to Chappaquiddick, pay for the Airbnbs, hotels, lodging, food,
Security.
facility to have the hearing. We're paying for that. So the Clintons are doing nothing but laughing because I knew as soon as they were going to sit down and they agreed, it was just going to be, I don't recall, I don't remember, Bill Clinton, I cut off all ties, I don't remember, all of his bull crap that he pulls.
You think I should remember that at my age? Come on, man.
And here it is. It cost us tons of money, all for what? For the congressional members on both sides to get their 5-minute social media clips so that they can drive up their algorithms, get more clicks, make more money, and be able to be booked on all these Fox shows to just raise their prestige.
They're all looking for their Spartacus moment.
And President Clinton said if he saw anything wrong, he would have stopped it immediately. This is a guy who enticed a 19-year-old intern, right?
Yeah, to suck him off. Oh, sorry.
He used her for a freaking cigar humidor.
Oh, that's right. Cigar humidor. That's right. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, but he knows right from wrong.
Yeah, and it was evidence in his testimony that he was willing to lie. So, yeah.
This is the best that the Democrats had. 81 million votes.
The thing he's lost again. He's sleepy and senile and shits his pants. Welcome to Uncle Joe's greatest hit.
Well, it's a happy day at Creator Warp headquarters when the director of dementia makes a speech, and that very miracle happened last night. Yeah, the South Carolina Democrats looked like they booked the nicest banquet room down at the Columbia Holiday Inn. Sold about 35 tickets and brought in their finest hype woman to get the crowd fired up. Check this out.
We made the difference.
Wow! Can't you feel the excitement? And when Sleepy Joe finally made it to the stage, well, we got the fireworks. Enjoy.
Well, South Carolina's Fritz Hollins and his wife Betsy.
What the?
By the way, you see Trump give the State of Union last night? Folks, I was asked 6 years ago.
What kind of language is that, Joey?
I knew they'd never let me down. But folks, as grateful I am to all of you who've done for me, that night 6 years ago was a whole lot more than about me.
That doesn't make sense.
And by the way, I knew HBCUs were central to our education system. But HBCUs didn't have the endowments, who had fewer jobs when he left office than when he came into office. That's a fact.
That's the fact, Jack.
The reason I was able to become many of the people sitting right in front of me. Think about it. Think about it.
Daddy, chill.
He doesn't mention Alex Petrie.
What was that? Come again?
Alex Petrie.
That is not his name, of course.
I had a long conversation with Jim about was the importance of connecting.
90% of the time, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
I know. Sometimes there's just no words.
And
Why in the world they let this guy speak is one of life's great mysteries.
Right there.
Thanks for watching.
81 million votes.
Fucking embarrassment.
That's nothing.
It's an embarrassment.
Yeah, let Iran negotiate with that.
Well, Iran laughed at it, and here we are. That's a fucking. I'm sorry. That's a fucking embarrassment.
Don't worry about it. You can.
I just.
You know what embarrasses me is literally Netanyahu in 2012 showing that Roadrunner cartoon bomb picture.
Acme
bomb, explosives, and being 90% done. I've laughed about that all afternoon, by the way, because y'all showed that earlier, and I just thought maybe what is a national leader showing an Acme explosive bomb from a cartoon? showing how close Iran is to getting a nuclear weapon.
You gotta make
It's
it
hilarious.
big enough for everybody to see, and you gotta keep it simple.
Oh, he kept it simple, all right.
Kept it simple.
Except-
I'm just surprised that the Iranian UN general, secretary today, when he was like crying about getting blown up, didn't take his shoe off and do a where he starts beating on the table with his heel. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like his country just got blown up. His leaders in Valhalla, and they're still like giving speeches at the UN. Does that make any sense?
No, none. No.
Does it make sense that
They're
Iran's part
delusional.
of the UN?
Yeah, I mean, what kind of speech would Trump give if it was Pearl Harbor, right? The day after Pearl Harbor.
What should make everybody feel very comforted is this guy right here is still in Congress making decisions.
Yeah.
Making decisions that affect our life. This decrepit old pile of bad bones and meat. Right? You see him? Oh, I'm fine. Oh,
yeah.
Now he's being wheeled around in a wheelchair. Right?
Why have we not just gotten? How is it that we allow somebody who has absolute mental deficiencies and physically is incapable of doing the job?
Feinstein they let Feinstein do it.
I know. Same thing.
That's the case
Term
right
limits.
there for term limits.
Term limits. Absolutely.
Here we are. We have this guy. He can't even answer a question. He's in a press conference and he freezes. His brain stops functioning. Right? This is a guy that's going to be making votes on critical things like the SAVE Act. By the way, holding up the vote on the SAVE Act. Not him, his staff, we know. But the SAVE Act, God knows what other legislation he's going to hold up and slow walk. And even if it's his staff, we didn't vote for his staff, the people of Kentucky. They voted for Glitch Mitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's not cognitively there enough to represent those people.
No.
So at what point do the people in Kentucky say, all right, we've had enough. It's time for you to tap out, you old... I mean, he should be in a nursing home, for God's sakes.
Mm-hmm.
We have Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, freaking Jerry Nadler's falling asleep during these congressional hearings.
His wife's relative's boat took out a bridge in Baltimore, okay? And he got and killed like 4 people. He got the damages capped at $60 million.
Of course. Of course.
Sounds good to me.
The guy has been another one. When he entered the Senate, I think his net worth was $300,000.
If that.
Yeah, I think I researched it. I think it was about that because Bernie's was about the same, right? Bernie's net worth was what he had in his house, and his house I think was around $300,000 at the time, right? Now Bernie has 3 houses, millions of dollars, right? Mr. Environmentalist.
His wife's only a part-time teacher.
Well,
Yeah,
look at
Mr.
AOC. Her checkbook was negative $165.
It was. She couldn't rent an apartment.
Yep.
Fuck her.
Well, don't worry though. She could have roomed with CIA Central with Spanberger, the governor of New Jersey. They could have had a real taco party on Wednesday night.
Sorry. Whenever you say Sandberg, I just kind of laugh. I just say, what a piece of work that bitch is.
Did you catch last Saturday or last Wednesday's show or
Yes.
last Thursday's show? Yeah.
Oh my God. So she'll, every time I listen to that woman speak, I just have to laugh and go, God, I hope I don't meet you in a dark alley because it would not turn out well. Oh my God.
You see, this was equivalent to the Clinton deposition.
So many amendments in the Constitution of the United States of America. I can only choose one. I can only choose one. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a secret document that I think you need to say. Bam!
Bam!
Right there. That's equivalent to the Clintons testifying, and it's ridiculous that you have to play something like that to get the freaking point through, but it's true.
Uh-huh.
All right, what did you send Jacob? She sent you 2 videos, Jacob. What are they?
It's her yard burning down.
What, did Iran bomb you?
I guess so.
Oh, damn.
Can we see it? Can you play it?
I can't. I can send it to you, and you can get it up.
Rub
there.
some castor oil on that stuff, man. Come on.
Do any of you guys follow a guy by the name of Tosi? Tousi?
No.
Actually, he's in Great Britain, and he reports direct from anything that's happening in Iran. He has people embedded on the ground and has great intel. And he's a lot like Chuck Holton, that does great work for GBN News, but he has his own independent channel and network and has people that do reporting. I follow him usually in the morning to find out exactly what's going on. So when I clicked on him and saw what was happening in Iran, I was like, okay, this is for real. So just letting you know. Because it gives you real time. He is Iranian, and his father is in Iran at this time, and he's waiting to hear from him. But his reports are spot on, whether it's Iran, Jerusalem, Gaza, Palestine, and of course, incidents, whatever's happening in Great Britain. He is on top of everything. So that's just one person to kind of look out for. But yeah.
Yeah, I usually just reach out to my friend Hisham, whose whole family's in Syria and in Lebanon. So I usually will just say, hey, what's going on? And he's usually like, oh, actually, I got to get him on next Saturday.
That would be great.
I got to get him on. He's got a little bit of a different perspective, there's no doubt.
Well, a week down the line, Carl, will be interesting to see how things actually, once the dust settles. And I think it's important to understand that this is just like the first phase. And of course, everything is kind of like hyped up, and you see the videos and the women going, "Oh yay, it's Iran," and blah blah blah. But once you get a week back, a pullback, and have some people that are on the ground that can give us some real good perspective on what the Iranian people are thinking, what's going on the ground, that would be great.
How is it that with our technology that we have, we haven't put something up in the sky at night that comes out and the person says who he is, and then the person says to start acting like this way, and this way, if you can read between the lines of who that person is? I mean, how come we haven't done that over Iran skies or Afghanistan skies or whatever,
Because you can't put satellites on a flat Earth, man.
No, I'm talking about just a display, man, just like a person, and he is, he's come back from wherever and his name starts with an M. Okay.
Yeah. That's an interesting point. I was watching a video. No, it wasn't a video. It was a report on internet traffic and satellite connectivity out of Iran. In the hours leading up to the attack was, let's set a standard at like a 100. And once the attack started, it went from 100 to 0. Exactly. They put like an umbrella over Iran so that, and there's 2 reasons for that. Of course, I understand it completely, is that whoever is the attacking force wants to have a window or a shade pulled over so that whatever's happening is not conveyed to the enemy. The second is that the Iranians, of course, would want an umbrella put over so that the effectiveness of the attacks would not be conveyed. So you've got two things going on when you have a 100 level, and I'm just using that as an arbitrary number of context being put out into what I would call the webverse, and then you drop down to 0, then you know two things are happening. So I found that to be very interesting. So we have to, that 360-degree view that we get by pulling back just a little bit and seeing what the ramifications are, but what exactly the effectiveness was of whatever our actions were.
They already showed video this evening of Iranian people on the ground there praising Trump as they were watching. They were getting attacked. Of course, they were hitting, military things. But these people were standing outside of their apartment on a balcony or something, just having a good old time praising Trump. It's like, that's why I said this morning, I feel for the Iranian people, those who get caught up in this as far as collateral damage. Yeah. But as far as the regime, that's, I could care less with, how many of those get.
Well, they don't have any guns. I mean, hey, guess what? The UK, if they wanted to rise up and take back the UK, great. They ain't got no guns.
Well, they got butter knives.
They have to use they have to use whatever they can get their hands on. What I was interested to see is the actually the response in Australia. Not only the response in Australia, but the negative response, of course, in America. But places around the world, any Iranian that has been displaced is jumping up and down and going, yes, this is exactly what we needed. Tons
of Iranians in the United States.
The Iranian regime, prior to this, had slaughtered 20 to 30,000 of its citizens in order to put down the rebellion to the uprising against a Khomeini regime.
Yeah, 35,000.
So this is retribution for that.
You know what I say? You know what I say to all that? Not my problem.
Hey, we had our own.
Not my problem.
We had our own Boston Massacre. The British would come in and kill the kids. They'd kill the babies and the women and the men. They didn't care. They were putting down a revolution. They were putting down an uprising.
So sick and tired of all the bleeding heart liberals
would come into our house
around
in
the
Boston
world.
and kick out the family and take over the house.
Yeah, all the bleeding heart liberals around the world saying, Iran. Well, you know what? China kills citizens left and right.
Hey, China still put a padlock on the door of an apartment and tell everybody they got to stay in their apartment forever.
We're not bombing China. We're still doing business with them. So it's not about that. It's not about the situation in Iran. It all comes down to Israel. And listen, I'm not a Jew hater. So if there's anybody out there that's going to say that, you're completely wrong. I'm not. I want Israel to exist. I just want them to exist without my tax dollars being used to settle their scores, right? We have enough problems here in the United States. Like I said earlier, we got to have places like tunnels for towers to build smart homes for our vets because our government won't do it. We have homeless veterans sleeping on the streets. Why? But yet we have enough money to send billions of dollars over and drop bombs on Iran, plus give all types of aid to Israel, supply them with weapons, on top of still continuing to supply Ukraine with weapons. And by the way, I know the UN buys the weapons from the United States. Well, we pay a majority of the UN bills. So we're buying our own freaking equipment and giving it to Ukraine. It's all a scam. It's all a scam. And I'm personally fed up with it. I love Trump. Don't get me wrong. But I think there's some areas where he's getting roped into things. Yes, folks. Look back to 2020. A Look at Dr. Fauci. Look at how he left them in. Look at how he left Bill Barr in while Bill Barr was lying to his face and he knew about it. Look at how he allowed his staffers to keep Sidney Powell out of the White House, to keep General Flynn out of the White House, Patrick Burns out of the White House. So don't sit there and come at me, I'm a black pillar, or blow this. No, I look to the past and I start to see a repeat of the past and alarms go off in my head because the midterms are important. We lose the midterms, baby, we're going down in flames. Right? So we have to focus and all these little things, because this to me, with the oil fields, and God forbid there's a terrorist attack on the United States. You want to talk about tanking the economy? You can kiss the midterms goodbye, baby.
Yep.
Because that's the only thing we have. We don't have the accountability. Why? Because we have Pam Bondi doing not a damn thing. Right? We have Pam Bondi and what's that other douchebag? Todd Blanche. Fires Ed Martin, the only one that's actually trying to do something. Gets rid of Ed Martin. Right? We got Kash Patel. Does nothing. What does he do? Oh, he goes and he celebrates with the hockey team and oh, hooray. Oh, hooray. He's breaking and drinking a beer. Yeah, you know who flew him over there? You know whose tax dollars? He used the FBI jet to fly over there. You know who paid for that? Yeah, I'm not happy with that. Go do your freaking job. How about that? How about you go arrest some freaking deep state rats? I don't know. Ilhan Omar. She's got fake businesses. How about we start arresting her? How about her husband, Rose Lake Capital, right? Another money laundering business. Right? Instead, what do? We go into Minnesota. And we send ICE in. We start arresting people, and then as soon as it gets a little tough, all the whining rhinos start to run to Trump, and they start to go, the optics are bad. The midterms. We're going to lose the midterms. You can't have people getting killed. Blah blah blah. After Renee Good, he should have called in the National Guard. He should have implemented the Insurrection Act. Had the National Guard there, continued the deportation, but doubled down on the corruption, investigating the corruption between Tampon Tim, Jacob Frey, the Attorney General, Keith Ellis, and Ilhan Omar, right there.
How does Keith Ellison not get arrested?
Because they're all the protected class. That's why they will never... It's so simple. It's a house of cards. Once one card comes out, the whole house falls. Ilhan Omar, she gets found out, you're going to start asking questions. You're going to start looking, oh, well, maybe this corrupt politician. Look at how hard it was just to get that senator from New Jersey with the gold bars. What was his name? Menendez.
That's right.
Senator Menendez.
It took him forever to get him.
In and out of court for corruption, blatant corruption, by the way. The gold bars he had were reported stolen. Why? Because the person that gave it to him, wanted to be able to collect insurance money on it, so he reported them stolen. Right there. It took forever just to get him to go to prison and serve time. They're all doing it. That's the problem. They're all part of the corruption, and you just saw it with the Clintons, the way they were able to negotiate a sweetheart deal after they were found in contempt, right? They were able to negotiate a sweetheart because it's all WWE politicians. That's all it is. It's like the World Wrestling Association for politics.
Scripted theater.
Yeah, they go on and Fox News and CNN and they talk crap about each other, and they're playing quates the next day in their backyard having a barbecue on our tax dollars, by the way.
Well, Murphy's Law had a good point. They have no issue putting us in jail.
None.
None.
Of course, we're
well,
just their slaves.
So at what point do you say to yourself, "Okay, I've had enough," and okay, what about? My father always told me that make sure you know what issues you stand behind and what issues you stand in front of. Damn. And make sure that when you plant your flag, that you are either in front or behind. And I think we're getting to the point where Americans and patriots are going to have to make the decision to plant the flag, regardless of the consequences.
Where's Tyler with the good news segment?
Yeah.
Well, Tyler,
I'm just looking at that Saudi Arabian oil field, man. That's just massive. That's massive.
It is. It's huge, isn't it?
It's crazy.
So I would just interject because I'm not a geologist, although I dabble in a whole lot of stuff. When you consider what that oil field actually represents. Right. Not in essence of what we are producing from it, but how it got there.
Yeah, but the Saudi Arabians, they'll hire the Swiss to go in and blow up Iran. I mean, they hire armies from around the world to do their stuff. So, and that's how the Swiss was the most powerful army. They are the most militaristic country in the world, or was at one time. That's what they did. That's how they made money. They would hire out. That's why the Pope has them as security,
because they are the best.
Yeah, they don't
hire cheap labor like Mexicans, like we do in the United States, to do their gardening and laundry. Just hire them for a military. Yeah, you get them for pennies on the dollar.
Pennies on the dollar.
I mean, that's that's what the Swiss did. Then when they weren't killing people, they'd come home and do a little. Yodeling and up and down the mountains and stuff.
Yeah, follow their goats around.
That's true. No, but I mean that is true. They were hired out as they were. What do you call them? What is it?
Mercenaries.
Mercenaries. Yeah.
Well, and that's endemic throughout the entire. We'll call it Western.
James, it looks like you're in the pits of hell. I gotta say, it looks like you're in the middle of that oil field right now.
Yeah,
the burning oil field from 2001. Kind of scary, isn't it?
I'm waiting on for the rest of my Iranian brothers to show up.
Are you sure you're not in Palestine, Ohio?
Palestine. Oh my God!
I'm pretty sure I'm in the depths of hell, Springfield.
Shit.
East Palestine, the fire's still burning from the train they lit on, the boxcar they lit on fire. Do you remember that debacle?
Yep. Yeah, man, I had people that were sick. That I used to have a lot of people in Ohio, like clients, and they're between their lab tests and the stuff we had to do to detox them when all that when that train broke out, people were getting sick with all sorts of weird stuff. And having those binders handy really made a difference.
Well,
listen, you can drink the water.
It was
it's fine.
It was the train loaded with all this stuff, and it was the worst train that could ever have an accident. And what happened?
Yeah. What chemical? I can't remember now. What chemical was it that it was full of?
It was something.
Glyphosate.
I can look it up for you. But here's something to keep in mind. So here's the Ohio EPA actually stepping on their balls as they try to understand and mitigate the horrendous ramifications of that particular debacle. And yet, what are they doing right now?
Nothing.
No, I tell you what they're doing. They're going to absolutely decimate the Ogallala Aquifer in central Ohio by allowing data centers to dump all of their heavy metal water directly into your aquifer and into your streams, the Ohio River, and Lake Erie. If you think East Palestine was a piece of shit, you just wait until these data centers drop their shit into your local aquifer. And that's your Ohio EPA.
I'm just thinking of Baby Billy with his cocaine ring going,
Sorry.
Jesus, please bless this cocaine.
Bless this cocaine. It's good for me.
His best line when he asked the gemstones for money, I need $2 million and some cocaine.
Yeah. I just need $2 million and a goddamn 8-ball of cocaine.
Am I dating myself to laugh at that so hard? Oh my God.
So funny. That was so funny.
I'm almost have to watch that.
I never watched it.
Oh, dude.
You have to
I've
watch
seen
it.
pieces of it.
I'm
it's a
telling
mess.
you, it's worth the
Is
watch.
it on HBO?
It's hilarious. And you know what? Now every time I see the Feed the Jews commercials, the guy's in Iraq now. You know, he's got the dramatic voice. This is a humanitarian crisis, right? I always think of Baby Billy, right? It's like that guy's Baby Billy to the T. And he's probably like at the end of the shoot for the commercials. He's like, now don't go too far with that because we got to put it back in the truck. We got another commercial to shoot.
The best was, she's a porterlet baby. Well, what's that mean? Her mama had her in a porterlet.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm stuck on that now, man. I was pissing myself laughing all day
so
just
funny.
thinking of.
It was like, and then Judy, the sister, when she was younger, and she would grab I was that guy. I was the youngest in my family. The oldest sister would grab me, drag me off to the mall. I didn't want to go. It'd be like dragging them off. Like, I don't want to go, Judy. I don't want to go. she's stealing everything in the store.
When Eli's girlfriend's crazy ex-husband kidnaps Baby Billy and Eli, and he's got him tied up. He's like, I'm gonna break you till you're my bitch. And Baby Billy's like, I ain't gonna be nobody's bitch, man.
And and this guy, he had a airboat ride. This captain in the Everglades City had an airboat ride. So you go with him on the airboat, and he'd ring a bell, and the gator would come up, and he'd throw some chicken pieces out to it, and the people would all take a picture of the alligator. Well, the alligator bit the guy's hand off in the middle of the tour, man. I'm telling you. He goes to throw the chicken, and the gator took his hand off. And they have such a vice grip when it chomps down. It was gone. It was like gone. None of this. It was like,
what happened?
Gone.
What happened? You see, that's why I don't mess with animals like that.
Airboat. It's a tour.
I don't even mess with the damn possum in my backyard. I don't want anything to do with that damn thing.
Oh, you need to catch that.
The teeth on that thing.
Oh, man.
No, you need to take the thing right up there off the wall behind you, and
pop a cap in its ass.
Go and introduce it to it. Yeah.
You can take some smoke bombs. If it's underneath something, take some smoke bombs in there. But a firecracker will do it, man. I've chased them all out with firecrackers and smoke bombs. They won't come back.
I kill them.
Yeah, you see, I can't kill them. My wife would kill me. She'd probably grab the shotgun and shoot me with the shotgun as I was shooting it with the AR.
Well, my woman ain't gonna say so when it comes to something like that.
I came up from Fort Lauderdale to Orlando or Cowie, and I got out of my car. I'd stopped at a firecracker place, and my wife's like, "You got to get this possum out from underneath the deck." I'm like, "No problem." Got the firecrackers. I just went in the house. The yarn band's outside. I go inside. I light up the firecrackers, throw them under the deck. That fat old pregnant possum came out, climbed over a 6-foot wood fence, and the lawn man was like, "You didn't kill him when you were shooting at him, but that damn thing climbed over the fence." I said they were
penis as a necklace.
Damn, Timmy, you a bad shot. See, I don't like to waste bullets. I'd have got it the first shot.
Well, there was one time when I came home and my garage door opener was broken, right? So I had my wife drop me off out front, and I said, go around, and I'll lift the garage door up. I open up the freaking back door, and there's a freaking skunk in my backyard staring at me. I couldn't get the thing to leave, so I grabbed my little 22, right? And I'm like, I'm just shooting the damn thing. I just want to either shoot it or get it out of my freaking yard, right? So here I am. I have the door like this, and I have my hand, because I don't want to get sprayed by the skunk, man. You ever get sprayed by a skunk? That shit sticks with you forever. And I'm hiding behind the door, and I'm just like, fucking, I hit the thing in the tail, and it just fucking, like, it almost jumped and leaped over the freaking fence and was gone. My wife's like, what the hell are you doing in there? I'm like, I'm trying to get rid of the freaking skunk.
You got lucky.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm just telling you, you got lucky that he left and didn't go boom and just spray your entire yard. And
I had a flat tire on 75 in Ocala, so I didn't have a spare, so I had to go walk into the field. So I jumped the fence, and I walked right into an ostrich farm. These freaking ostriches are all over the place in Ocala. I was like, what depths of hell have I climbed into here?
How did I stumble into this shit?
But they're ostriches. What's up with that?
They're mean, man.
They are mean.
What's the eggs?
I don't know.
Yeah,
anyway,
no,
the lady came out and asked me what I was doing. I was like, I need to use your phone. I mean, it was like before, cell
Well,
phone.
ma'am, I was thinking of raping your ostriches.
Yeah, it was like a hump an ostrich.
I wanted to have my way with the ostriches.
I converted to Islam, and I was looking for some sheep to rape, but you have ostriches. Why not rape them?
It's over sheep. Thank you so much.
Freaking ostrich.
Yeah, I can just hear the lady say, well, you can try.
Yeah, give it your
They have
best.
talons like a
Because
turkey.
she knows they're ostriches. She said, you can try.
Sir, were you planning on turning transgender? Because if you rape this ostrich, I guarantee you're going to be transgender afterwards. You're going to have a hole where your penis
And never
used to
get
be.
too close to a peacock because they have a big talon that they can defend themselves.
No, they can fucking kill you.
Yeah,
They can disembowel you in a heartbeat.
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck around with an ostrich or an emu.
No, I won't even fuck around with the ducks at the park. Those things are mean too. Those fucking, I don't even know how the Haitians got these ducks. Because, you try to approach them and the male will come and chase you off, man. It's like, dude.
These will all come up to you to want to be fed.
Well, the Carl, the thing about the Peking ducks that have disappeared from Snyder Park is that they were extremely docile. They were accustomed to people, and they viewed people as a source of food. So those were the first wildlife to disappear.
But they had to be pissed off in that pot going, what the frick is going on, man?
I just wonder if the ducks would be profiled as being racist, like if they recognize certain people are okay, other people we got to stay away from.
I just remember.
French Creole speaking people.
I don't think they differentiate. If you're a human, you're food. You're a food source. So who cares what color you are, what you speak? You're holding out your hand. And Peking ducks cannot fly, so they cannot flee. So they are a sitting
duck.
Sitting duck.
Duck, yeah. Yep, and with two legs.
Yep. So the Peking ducks have disappeared, and there is no. We have asked repeatedly the park, and of course the Ohio Natural Resources. They have no idea why the ducks have disappeared. None.
Yeah,
they
they
can't
do.
give us any reason. Nor
They
can
can't give you any reason at all.
No. Well, they cannot give us reason either. Why all of the geese have suddenly disappeared from Snyder Park.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you.
I understand there's liability. If they say anything at all, then there's an official stance.
There's absolutely no reason.
You can't put it on the head. They know it's the hate. Well, they know it's
None.
migrant.
They've migrated.
That has to be
Yeah,
the
they
best
Migrated
government job.
into the Haitian's belly.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've transitioned.
That has to be the
Afterlife.
best government job to work for a party.
They have a temporary status.
How much stress is that?
The geese have migrated to an area where they won't be predated upon.
I want to get a part-time job driving the bus for the dogs that you go pick up to take to the dog kennel. The dog, where they go for the day for a dog day out.
Oh, doggy daycare.
Yeah, I want to be the driver of that van. That would be great.
Have you seen the video of the lady who has a bus for the dogs?
I would love that job.
But that's a great job. Do you see those dogs?
Be a great dog.
They're absolutely
Nice.
fucking ass crazy.
Yeah.
Until they
so
let
happy.
them out. And then when they put them back on the bus, they're like, "Oh, thank you so much. I feel so much better." I just die laughing. I want
That
that
would be
job.
the best job ever.
I want that job too. I would love it.
I don't want that dog. I have a fucking doggy daycare at my house. I have 3 freaking miniature Australian Shepherds, and they fucking. I can't bring in a goddamn UPS package without my one dog, Theo,
nuts
trying to go attack it.
Well, that's his job.
No, it is not. Your job is to greet me when I come home, shit in the backyard so I can pick it up, and eat. That's your job. Attention when I want it.
No, you picked the wrong breed.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I have 3 of them, and
Dumbass.
yeah, right. And I have one Benji. He's got to be gay because this dog is like all up in my. He's got to be gay. He's all up in my grill nonstop. Like he's always got to be right with me.
He's your protector.
He's annoying. I'll tell you, he's annoying. He's so affectionate. He's annoying. And then Gemma, right? She's actually a toy Australian Shepherd. And she's just a woman, so she just wants attention when she wants it, and when she doesn't want it, leave her the hell alone. And then there's Theo, which is Theo is the son of Benji and Gemma, and he's just batshit crazy. Sweet dog, but absolutely bonkers when it comes to UPS and the dog next door. Dog next door. It's like a complete bark fest. It's almost like that. Then I want to get the gun out and start shooting the dogs, my own dogs. Yeah. So if you don't have a dog and you're thinking of getting one, don't get one.
Get an Aussie.
Don't get any of them.
Mm-mm.
Be glad you have no animals.
Mm-mm. Nope.
I have 3 dogs and then 1 cat. Right.
Man, you do have a zoo.
I do.
That's a menagerie.
And
How
the
do you
cat,
have a possum hanging out there.
I know the cat is harmless. I don't even see the cat, thank God. But yeah, it's like my wife loves animals, my kids love animals. I could live or take them to be honest with you. I could live without them. I don't see any real benefit. You see, I'm in my point in life where I'm assessing things like, how does this make my life better? Right? And the animals don't make my life better. They don't. They make my life stressful, a pain in the ass. I got to feed them, vet bills, clean up their shit in the backyard. And they constantly shed and they bark at everything.
You know,
that's not making my life better.
You know,
they wake me up.
20 minutes,
They'll wake
right?
me up at 5 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday.
We've been offline for 20 minutes. You do know that, right?
We have been offline. How did we get offline?
No, we're still live.
Okay. Cool.
Live.
Well,
Carl,
you know,
I sent you something.
dogs are one thing and cats are another. And I commiserate with you completely. I have 2 that have completely taken over my life. And I made the horrendous mistake of they're 2 Tories, they're sisters, and I called them Thelma and Louise. And of course, I have Thelma and fucking Louise.
Right.
And it has been a circus from day fucking 1. However, I did rescue another little Tory who I thought was a kitten, but turned out to be a
Pygmy?
No, a pygmy, yes. And her little legs are about this long, and her little tongue is about the size of my pinky finger and fingernail, and she follows me every fucking where I go. However, the other two girls who weigh 14 pounds and little Betty Rose, I rescued her on January 17th, which was Betty Rose's 100th birthday after she passed. And I named her Betty after her and Rose after her character because she fits that completely. My other cats call her the tiny terrorist because she absolutely fucking rules the roost. But I will go to my grave to protect these
conversations with your cat. Your cat talks to you.
Betty Rose does. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, there you
yeah,
go.
she can. Her and I carry on a conversation. She doesn't argue. She gives me her opinion, which I interpret, of course, which commiserates with mine. But I can't go anywhere in the house unless I have Betty Rose tucked closely to me. I can't sleep, can't sit, can't eat. But the other cat that I have right here that is bothering the shit out of me is, of course, Louise. So if you want her, you can come get her. She's yours. I'll give her away.
I had one cat, and it ate every chair I had. Every leather chair I had was ruined.
Mm-hmm.
Ruined.
Yeah, they like to claw. They like to knead. So some levity in a very tense evening tonight for sure is to understand that we do have some avenues of reflection and release. I find it to be a little bit difficult at times to read some of the texts and things on Facebook. I'm trying to stay away from it because I have my own opinions. But of course, as you all well knew, we have communists and socialists and Marxists here in Springfield. And of course, they're just all up in arms that, of course, we have a No King's Day coming up, and I'm sure they're going to have a rally about Iran and all this stuff. But my friend that has contacts in the Middle East has sent me some text and some pictures and some videos of which I wish I could post, but I can't, of the celebrations occurring throughout the Midwest, Australia, at different countries around the world that are celebrating the fact that the United States is no longer a pussy and has taken up the mantle. But yeah, that is what it is.
So Jacob, you want to explain this?
Yeah, please do.
No explanation necessary.
Oh, dear Lord.
Or I don't know. Just think of the Epstein files. There we go. There's your context.
One fart and it's all over. Scariest part is that's definitely a congressman under there, but who am I to judge the pink latex vacuum sealed Dutch oven? I can't tell if he's jiggling to show that he's alive or genuinely struggling. But remember, he paid a lot of money for this, probably taxpayer dollars too. Let's check in and see if he's still alive.
Puff for me?
Okay, unfortunately he is, but check back in 20. One fart and it's all over. Scariest part is that's definitely a congressman under there, but who am I to judge the pink?
What the hell is that?
What the hell is that shit? Where did you find that? You I don't even know. You degenerate. You degenerate. Where did you find that?
What the hell was that, Jacob?
Come on.
I've seen how they do vacuum fiberglassing, that's
Who the fuck would do that to themselves?
I don't know who would diddle little kids and then eat them. Only congressmen, apparently, or only politicians.
What are you gaining? What? How is there pleasure in that? I'm trying to wrap my mind around this for a minute.
It looks like a camping inflatable bed, right? Number one. With plastic something.
It looks like he was vacuum sealed.
Mm-hmm.
Vacuum sealed. That's
onto a mattress.
Onto a camping mattress.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vacuum cleaner put on reverse.
All right. Now, that video was disturbing, but what I find more disturbing is Jacob, you sent it to me.
Because I got it.
I find that more disturbing than the video itself.
Somebody just sent me something about it. It was like, yeah, this is 100%. I was like, Said Carl.
Jacob, you just got slap, whatever. High
All
five,
right.
man. That was great, man.
All right. Yeah, I'm out. I'm done. I'm beat. Jake, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, Tim.
Tim?
Tim.
Jacob?
I can't even think. You see,
James?
that's how tired I am right
He
now.
is
My
tired.
brain stopped functioning. James,
Yo.
where can people find you?
Well, they can find me at Empty Pockets Podcast. Well, tomorrow at 7 p.m., it'll be Haitian Invasion in Springfield, Ohio. Everything you want to know about our little town and the corruption we got going on. And then Mondays at 7 p.m., it's an hour with me and Jimmy Stewart, not the actor. And we go over forensic analysis of our finances and different things that happens in the state of Ohio.
That's deep shit.
Yeah, and that's pretty interesting stuff, believe it or not. And then Wednesday nights at 10 o'clock, it's Barstool Politics with me and Cindy Porter.
I'm gonna
And then of course, the rest of the time I'm on with you, Carl. And then Friday nights I'm on at 8 o'clock. I'm usually interviewing somebody on Friday nights, but sometimes I don't. And then 3 o'clock every Saturday, the Veterans Affairs with me and Larry. And, and then any other time news pops off, just like it did this morning. So, I'm around. We'll just say that. And don't forget, I got a website, emptypocketsnobs.com. Check it out. Sign up for the newsletter. I write a thing every week. And
you've got merch too, right, James?
Yep. I got a merch store. I've got several items on there now. I'm going to be adding to it for the car side and the political side. I have car merchandise and I have political merchandise.
So if you want to order that mattress and vacuum pack thing,
it's on my car
all you
side.
have to do is go to BeyondDetox.com/Killer Carl.
Promo code
Jacob has
Killer
them
Carl.
in his store.
Promo code Killer
So
Carl.
if you decide, you want to be vacuum packed inside of a mattress with a breathing tube, all you have to do is go to BeyondDetox.com/Killer Carl. You can get a 5% discount on whatever the fuck that was.
I heard it helps with weight loss.
Well, it's going to be more than weight loss. It's going to be.
Would be happy.
I'm just saying, I heard it helped with weight loss. I don't know.
What was that called? Like autoerotic asphyxiation, whatever that. Who was that guy that accidentally hung himself? Dude?
David Carradine. David Carradine.
Yeah,
the guy from In Excess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, David Carradine did it too. Yeah.
Did he?
I was thinking Carradine.
Yeah, he did.
It is David Carradine. Yep.
Yeah.
He accidentally hung himself to asphyxiation by. Well, never mind.
Erotica.
Well, yeah. He had his member in his hand.
Yep.
He did.
When they found him.
He came and went at the same time.
He did.
Came and went.
He did.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah. He forgot the safe word.
I'm sorry. He forgot the safe word.
Well, he didn't forget it. He couldn't say it because he was
couldn't
choking.
say it because he was being strangled.
Right. So the safe word couldn't come out. So anyways.
Sucks to be him. So all kinds of different stuff at BeyondDetox.com. He's got the Patriot pitchforks, right? You can get them there. Custom made, engraved with your congressman or senator on the pitchfork, right? So Patriot pitchfork, go to BeyondDetox.com /Killer Carl. You get a 5% discount on that. And while you're at it, you can book an appointment, 15-minute consultation with Jacob. He's going to tell you how to get rid of the parasites in your body and the parasites in Washington, D.C. It's worth your time. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just go to his website. Got all kinds of cool shit. And you got Murphy and James over here, two of his patients. And look at how James is chipper. Look at him. He's got color back in his face. He's smiling.
That's because
he's got more energy.
Shit out of my cheeks before we got started. That's what.
So go there and
I'm sleeping quite well, by the way. since I started taking that stuff. So, and
That's
then when
good.
and I am breathing better. I have to say that's probably one of the biggest things I noticed is my walking up and down the steps from the out by the street up to my house. It's like several steps up. I used to be out of breath by the first set of steps because there's 2 sets. Now I'm fine. I get all the way to the top. I'm still good.
Are you
That's
surprised?
just recently.
Are you surprised at how you're starting to feel?
Yeah, actually, because normally, all natural stuff don't usually work with me. You know what I mean? I've always been a fan of pharmaceutical drugs because the natural stuff they make claims they couldn't back up. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like snake oil salesmen. I told you before, I hesitated because I had to get out of my own head about all this stuff, and now we're working it. So
Good.
See that?
Good. That's what I want to hear, and that's
See
what we
that?
have happen every day.
And I hadn't taken one pain med today, by the way. Not one.
There we go.
That's awesome.
That's a step in the right direction, James. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that completely.
The magic of Jacob, right? And BeyondDetox.com/Killer Carl. Listen, it doesn't just end with James. You got Murphy here. I use the hydroxygen all the time. I love it. I've used it on toothaches. I've used it all. I drink it every day. I love this shit.
Yep, I drink it every day.
I love it. I love the way it makes me feel. It's the first thing I put in my body before coffee, actually, which prior to that, nothing went in my body before coffee. Right. So I got the hydroxygen I drink, and then I get my Iron Bean coffee, and I drink the drink from the enemy of your skull, or drink from the skull of your enemy. Love that stuff. Best coffee ever. If you're going to go to ironbeancoffee.com, try that or the Fierce. Don't drink the Fierce if you have heart problems because it'll probably kill you. It's double the caffeine. You never know, folks. You never know. But definitely the hydroxygen and red light therapy underwear. He's got that on his website too. It'll help you keep an erection. Apparently, we found that out today.
Yeah, we'll have to make them in banana hammocks so we can get that proctologic dental floss going. Get that red light up in the nether regions.
Yeah, and up in the anus crack.
Yeah. We'll tan it. None of that bleaching stuff.
No.
We'll just shine a light on it till it turns red.
That's usually called a sunburn.
There is that.
Or a balloon knot burn. All right.
It's been great. You know what? I thank you for letting me jump in tonight.
Absolutely.
I spent the afternoon basically listening to a couple of people that I really trust. One of them being, of course, Chuck Holton and Tosi, and kind of getting a boots on the ground, and then making contact with my good friend who worked for the State Department attaché, as I told you, in Egypt and Lebanon, and kind of getting her feel for what's been going on. I'm confident that we made the right decision, despite what the leftists will say, and we'll see how this plays out. It's like Venezuela, the first 24 hours are, of course, filled with speculation and everybody going, whoa, whoa. But then you let the dust settle and see how things work out.
Venezuela I can get behind.
I was calm the whole time during Venezuela.
Venezuela I can get behind because that's in my backyard. That's on my something. That affects the United States directly.
Because
and we were trying to push China out of Venezuela. We were trying to cut off the funds that Russia would get from supplying the chemical that makes the Venezuelan oil usable, right? So I get the strategic, reason why we went into Venezuela. Besides also sending a message to Brazil, don't cozy up to China because this is our territory. But Iran is different. Iran does not directly affect us. I don't care for the George Bush talking points. I already went through them. I'm not going to go through them again.
You don't need to.
It's
You're
all
right. Weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, it's all recycled bullshit that I've been hearing for years. Again, I can play the clip from BB from 2012.
Same thing.
And so Iran, we just did Israel's dirty work for them. That's all we did. And it's going to create a vacuum just like it did in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria. Look at Syria right now. Regime change.
What a hellhole.
It's how many Christians have been killed? Nobody said a peep. Right? Christians being slaughtered left and right in Syria. Northern Syria was about 40% Christian, by the way. When Assad, the previous president, was there. Now, maybe 5, 10 if you're lucky. And they're all underground because you pop your head out and you get it chopped off. With that being said,
we're good.
Jacob.
We're good. We're all good.
Where can they find you, Jacob?
BeyondDetox.com. It has links to all of our stuff. We got a whole new section of articles. Whole new section. Sorry, they just put it up, but all of our articles for people who want to read, get educated, we now have that up online. Just go to our website, BeyondDetox.com. Also, I stream every Friday night, 7 p.m. Central Time on different topics. Really good about doing that once a week. So there's all that, and then you can get all of our stuff from our online store through there. Use Carl's discount code Carl5. It's reusable, so you can get 5% off any orders. I believe you'll actually get an extra 5% off if you put something on auto ship. I don't always recommend people do supplements forever, the same thing forever, but there's some things that are pretty good to do. We also carry like supplemental foods, people that want bone broth, people that want Paleo Valley, jerky sticks, things that they can take with them to eat for lunch, even stuff for the kids, like green juices and alternative stuff. We carry all that on there along with our practitioner formulas that you can't get anywhere else.
Awesome. All right, Diane, where can they find you?
Well, basically, I'm on Sunday Sit Down with James every Sunday at 7:00. We basically cover what's happening in Springfield, and I just made contact with two. I'm hoping to get a deposition from them with a notary and maybe an attorney for a deposition. Whistleblowers. We just found out today that they released 2 more code enforcement officers in Springfield. So we're going to be following up on that. It is now very apparent that the city government is not for the people at all, because when you don't have code enforcement, then you don't have any contact with your constituents on a basis which makes a service to the citizens. So I'll be following up on that over the next probably won't cover it Sunday, but once I get these whistleblowers to do a deposition and make contact with an attorney to make sure everything is legal, we'll be following up on that. So things are coming to a head in Springfield in terms of financials, as James will tell you from Jimmy Stewart's work, taking a deep dive into the financials in Springfield. So Sunday sit-downs, 7:00 with James is where you're going to find me. And anytime I can get free to come with James. Carl, thank you so much for letting me jump on. I find it to be fun, informational, and I hope I contribute something.
Sure.
So anyway, but that's where you'll find me. Or you can tune in every 2 weeks, city commission meetings where I will either have an opportunity to speak or they're going to throw my ass out. But we'll see how that transpires.
That sounds fun.
Well, it is.
And remember, James, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Woo!
Jimmy Stewart. Come on, I had to go there.
Yeah. Every time I say Jimmy Stewart's name, I got to say, that's not the actor. It's somebody else.
I was going to say, did you resurrect him from the dead?
And I almost forgot that here in 3 days, I will be interviewing Brian Heck, our city manager, at 2:00 on the 3rd. So tune in for that.
Just a little aside for James to let you know that he's making contact with a lot of interesting individuals within the sphere of Springfield. And Jimmy Stewart is probably one of the most intelligent researchers I have met in my lifetime. He is a forensic investigator. He's a criminologist, and his depth of knowledge and his ability to tease out the important concepts within whatever search you're trying to do is phenomenal. And he, of course, and his wife have been ousted from or had to flee from Springfield because of the work they have done exposing the criminality within the city of Springfield. So anytime that James has Jimmy on, that's a podcast you have to watch because he's
Jimmy and
Beth.
Oh yeah, I had them on the radio show. Yeah, great people. People. He was a criminologist.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Yep. Awesome. Yeah. Check out James Empty Pockets podcast and Empty Pockets Garage on YouTube, and obviously Beyond Detox. Don't forget BeyondDetox.com/Killer Carl, right, for your red light therapy underwear. Go there today.
And the
Patriot
latex products.
Patriot Pitchfork. That's going to be the most popular product you're going to sell is the Patriot Pitchfork with the senator or congressman's name engraved on it.
Yeah, don't forget the latex vacuum bag.
That's right. You can get that too if you want to get stuck in a mattress.
Promo code Killer Carl.
And what can happen is with that tube, while you're in the mattress, from what I'm told by Jacob, is he can put a protocol in that tube and slide it down your throat, and you get double the absorption of the product by being vacuum sealed in a mattress.
It's an off-label use of the product. I think the intended use is to actually fart into that nozzle, because they said it was a Dutch oven. So apparently it's a latex Dutch oven.
Oh.
That was the whole point. Was I think it actually was designed as a Dutch oven, so you're sealing in the scatological sense.
Oh.
Jacob, thank you so much for that image, because now that's what I'm going to go to sleep with.
I get so much education on this program.
I've learned so much, but nightmares are going to be.
Hey, just remember, this is not near as bad as what they're teaching in our schools.
Chuck Berry used to pay prostitutes to let them fart in their face.
Mm-hmm. That's a true story.
That's the most disgusting. Like, how do you even bring that up? Hey, I know I just paid you for this, but hey, you care if I blast one in your face, like full on open cheek?
It's better than P. Diddy pissing in a girl's mouth.
I thought that was R. Kelly.
It doesn't matter. That's still gross. I don't care which one did it.
P. Diddy did it.
Slap you up alongside the side of your head.
During the infamous white parties to his girlfriend.
Oh my God!
All right, you guys, I'm out of here. It's time for me to head out. Thank you.
This is going in a whole other direction.
It is. We've deviated.
It's like this.
Definitely
deviated. That's how it is. It's like this.
We've
deviated. All right. Good night.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Later.
Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all.
Yep.
Love y'all. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.